Okay, now some of these pieces I'm going to go ahead and glue up now. I'm using Type Bond Quick and Thick. Just going to do a rub. Now let those sit for an hour or so. The ones I need to clean up are these. Some of them, the edges are a little bit long and they don't match up. So I'm going to take these to the sander and I'll get them all cleaned up and I'll come back. So check this out. Okay, for starters, I've got some thin walnut, I mean really thin, so I'm going to glue the walnut in first. Hold this together for about 15 seconds, and then I'll do this one, clean up the flat edges, put a longer piece of walnut in the middle. Okay, my exterminator came, so I had to deal with that. So let's glue this one together. And after. So I will let this sit like this for about an hour, and then I will clean these edges up and put another piece of walnut in here and glue it together. I could wrap that with a rubber band, but I don't need to do that. I can wait. Now we wait. Make sure I get good glue coverage here. And hold this together so that it tacks up. I'll let that sit about an hour and I'll sand those edges back, make it pretty much all the same, and we'll start gluing these on. I think I'm going to use this African mahogany over here. I need to sand them in between. Alright, that should be alright. Now, after I sand these in a few minutes, I'll come back and glue these other three on. How I'm going to sand in there for these is going to be the tricky part, but we'll see. The tricky part is going to be getting these to fit. They should fit perfectly, but they may not. And I need something in there because this isn't quite wide enough. This is my opening, and these aren't quite wide enough. So I've got to have these pieces in there before I can have the top the right size. I may need to trim these corners a little bit. I can do that with a chisel, but all this has to glue up first. And these angles have to be right. That one's pretty close. That one's pretty close. That one's fairly close. So it's just going to take some fine tuning. We'll see. This part is going to take a little bit of time, but that's okay because I have to do it in stages. And I'm going to mark them because I'm going to make them to fit. Okay, I need to do some work on these, so I'll come back. Now we'll let those all sit up about 20 minutes and then I will do the other sides. Okay, now we'll let those dry for a while. Okay, then I'll leave this set a few minutes and then I'll come back and do two more. So I've got these glued in now. A few minutes I'll come back and make these fit. Okay, let's get these last two glued in. Now just to be safe, I'm going to clamp the rest of these and I'll leave these sit overnight and then we'll come back tomorrow and I'll get this sanded flat on both sides and then we can start turning the lid. Okay, first thing I want to do is make this roughly round, put a tenon down here. Okay, it's mostly round. It's not quite all there yet. That's awfully chewed up down there. I don't like that. See if I can do a little better. Apparently not. Part of the problem is the grain's going that way. I keep bumping the camera with my face shield. Sorry about that. That's cool. Oh, that's wicked. I like it. Just cut this a little bit. Okay. I've made thinner finials before, but I'm going to stop here. I think that looks pretty cool the way it is. So I think I want to take this down to a 1/2 inch. Start at 120. I don't think that. Alright, I'm going to get some mylons on this. Alright, I'm going to let that dry a few minutes. I'll part it off, and then we will bring the lid in and work on it. Well, I moved the camera so you can watch me make this round, which I have done. It's now round. I didn't hit record because it's stupid. So now I'm going to come over to this side. This is the top of the lid. Now I want to mark and cut where the tenon is going to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut me a tenon on the inside, and I'm going to shape the inside except for that tenon. Then I'm going to turn it around, finish shaping the top of the lid. Then I'll turn it back around and finish the inside. I am major stupid. I need to take this down to a recess to fit inside the It's probably going to be a French fit, but that's okay. For a slight undercut over here, now we can turn around and shape at the top. sanding sealer on it, see what it looks like. And I'm probably going to use lacquer on this. Not all pieces need to shine, but this one does. Alright, after this dries, I'll turn it around and we'll finish the bottom. This lip is already sanded to 600, so now it's time to finish this. I'm just going to give this a little bit of a dome because I don't want to cut through into the mortise that I cut. Got that sharp edge off of there. It's nice and smooth. Don't see any bad tear out. Let's sand her up. Alright, that's 600. Let's see what it looks like. There's some chatoyance in this piece. After it dries, I'll Scotch Brite it, but I think it's going to look okay. Now it's time to glue the finial in and give that some time to set up, and I'll start spraying the lacquer on it, and the vessel too. So here it is, all finished up. I'll come out and I'll buff it up in I don't know, 4 or 5 days. Buff this lacquer out. But I'm really happy with it. Very loose French fit, as they say, on this lid. It doesn't have much of a tenon here to keep it in place, but it's enough. All in all, I'm extremely happy with it. I really like it. There's 431 pieces in this vessel. 56 just in the lid. You can see the inside of the lid. It looks good. I'm happy with how the finial came out. I think it's pretty cool. But all in all, I'm happy. It's 10 inches wide, 12.5 inches from the bottom of the base to the top of the finial. I'm quite pleased with it. So thanks for watching. I don't know what I'm going to do next, but I do know what I need to do. I need to start prepping for a demo I'm doing at the Austin Woodturners Club in May. So I will probably start on for getting all that stuff prepared next, and I'll show you what I want to do. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it again. Y'all come back.